Yo, yo, this is Metro. Right there is Nami. Stuff in the background is Night Sounds, buddy of mine's band. And this is the motherfucking Ace logo. Boom. Alright, check this out. Not your normal video for me. A little bit different, okay? League of Legends is hot right now, no doubt. We'll talk about some cool new things. There's a lot of change happening in the game right now. A recent patch just came out. Pretty much changed everything. Like a big major WoW content patch, something like that. You know what I mean? Every season reset they do this. So a lot of cool new stuff in the game, but some stuff is, I guess, a bit befuddling, right? People aren't really loving it like I thought they should. What we're focusing on today is the Sightstone Ward changes, essentially. When I saw this, you know, when I saw the mastery, all this stuff, I was like, man, support's going to be wicked. I can't wait. But I'm getting a lot of blabber about people not really liking the ward changes. They're not enthusiastic about the Sightstone. It doesn't feel like a great item. And I could kind of agree. The big problem I'm having is, well, first of all, what do you guys think? You like this? You like the Sightstone? What do you think? Let me know, man. Type in the comments because I want to have a bit of a discussion about this. The way it works is you get the regular Sightstone, got 4 charges. You can put down 2 wards at any one point in time. And then the Ruby one has got 5 charges. You can put down 3 at any one point in time. And whenever you're back, it automatically refreshes the charges. So you get another, you know, full set. Well, here's the problem. Here's what I'm hearing a lot about. People are saying they're putting wards down. Enemy team, you know, or not enemy team. The other players on their team are putting wards down. And it's hard to distinguish. It's impossible to distinguish at a face value which ward is from the Sightstone and which is a regular ward. You have to actually click them to see. So that's suboptimal, you know what I mean? It's not the worst thing in the world, but you don't want to have to click a fucking ward to know if you're about to override your own ward. And, you know, perhaps a good example is you've put one down and you died and you don't really, you know, you're not sure if it's the one you put down, or maybe Jax put one down, you know what I mean? So you should have banned Jax. I don't know what you're doing, but yeah. So what do you think, man? Let's talk about it. Try to rationalize some tips and tricks, some good things about this. There's definitely cool things. I like this idea, and we're going to talk about ways you could utilize it to your advantage. You know, just got to get in the right mindset for that, though, huh? Okay, here's what I think is a great example of the Sightstone in use. Something that if you could wrap your mind around, you know, think about it as it's not just another set of wards. It's not just 2 wards for 3 minutes times 2, 6 minutes total. You have to think about it as a very new, dynamic way to ward. Here's a great example from my opinion. Let's get the ulti. Anyway, you got wards down, you got one in the bush, you got one over by a dragon. Okay, this is mid lane phase. You've zoned the other team. Carry's dead. Support had to recall. You're all set. It's just you and your carry here. Okay, you're gonna push the tower, but the whole game they got a badass jungler. He's been coming from between our jungle in our tri-bush from behind us. He's ready to kill us again. You're worried about that. So if this was season 2, well, you likely wouldn't have enough wards to go throw ahead and one in the tri-bush. And even if you did, it might not be worth your gold. So you would just, you know, ping for back and you guys wouldn't push the tower. Well, guess what? With the Sightstone, you can now. Don't forget, though, it's going to replace the ward that you put down first. So as long as that's not the one at Dragon, you're good to go. You don't need the one in the bush anymore. They've been zoned. Get back out. Your carry's pushing the lane. He's absent now. I don't know where the fuck he is. I'm going to report. Oh, my God. Yep. So that's a really good dynamic use as long as you're aware. But don't forget, you have to be in the right mindset to use this. You have to know when, where, how long you got. And, you know, as long as you are and you don't look at it as just another set of wards, you'll be in much better shape. Another great example of this in practice is this scenario right here. Okay, this is early lane phase. They're being aggressive. Perhaps they got Blitz or Alistair. They're pushing you out. Well, guess what? You're normally going to drop a ward in this bush, and then eventually you're going to ward Dragon. Okay, in that order, likely that's how it starts. The game starts. You need one in the bush, and then eventually you'll get to Dragon. Here we go. We've got that down. Back in lane phase, you know, maybe a minute deep. Wards are only halfway done. Your jungler's badass. Olaf, he comes tossing fucking axes and just completely double kill first blood, game over. Well, guess what? He wants to keep the advantage. So you don't need that ward anymore. That's a zoned lane. Both are dead. Time to say fuck it. This isn't something you'd normally do in Season 2, but get up here, throw a ward down at blue. You haven't lost anything. You know what I mean? Typically, it's not a good idea to throw down 3 wards, especially in Season 2 right off the bat. But if you do have this, you know what I mean? This is the kind of mindset you got to get into. Plays like that are what makes the Sightstone. It's not just another set of wards. There are some drawbacks that we're going to talk about now. All right, let's talk about some potential drawbacks. These aren't things that aren't going to, you know, this is not going to happen every game. They're not like very concrete, esoteric things, but they're things that could appear in somebody's head and therefore cause an issue with the Sightstone. What I'm talking about is the fact that once you have this item, you think you don't ever have to buy wards again. That's not always the case. Really good example is mid-game, you're pushing mid, you know what I mean? You're well into the game. Competitive game though, so you need Dragon and Baron warded, at least the rivers. And now you're pushing, you're up 3rd tower, you're getting ready to attack the 3rd tower in their base, and you have no wards. Well, you need wards for this situation. So perhaps you can, you know, you can throw them down, but one way or the other, this is a situation where in Season 2, you would have at least 3 or 4 wards, and because you still have the blue Sightstone, that's not an option. Sure, you could upgrade to the ruby, but that's, you know, depending on how much gold you can get up into this point. You need other items as well. But either way, I see this happening very, very often. It's limiting people's mindset. I've seen many games where it's like, ward, we need ward, you know what I mean? And the guy's like, nah, I'm out. I got two. Pings the wards. It's like, well, that's, you know, that's not always the best thing. So you have to learn to balance this yourself. You have to figure this out yourself. Another thing that I've seen talked about at least is jungle's getting this item, or even maybe, you know, other lanes basically. What do you guys think about that? I don't know. I feel like 700 gold is a lot for a jungle to spend on wards. Is he really going to use the maximum? You know, is he going to pump these out? But I don't know. Either way, I think it's a great item. It's definitely a change though. Like I said, you have to get in the mindset of knowing what wards you place down when. If there was some kind of indicator on the screen, like it shows how many I have left on the screen down there, if it could show how many are actually down for me, because as I said, sometimes, you know, Lee runs by, drops down a ward, and you're like, at face value, you're like, oh good, I don't have to reward. You know what I mean? And you don't always know if it's yours or his right off face value. You have to actually click the ward. That's suboptimal in my opinion. There should be something right on the front of the screen. But who knows? They don't listen to me. I've been talking for a while, so that's it. What do you guys think? I want to know. I want to know what you guys think of this item. If you've come up with any cool, clever uses of it, or if it's just another set of wards for you guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.